You've tried so hard, Sagittarius. But why does everything keep repeating itself? It's as if you're stuck in an old movie, familiar lines, recurring scenes, and you're still the lead actor, forced to play the same role over and over again. Maybe you're in a relationship where you've given everything: loyalty, patience, waiting, even silent endurance. And every time you allow yourself to hope, every time you whisper, "This time will be different," that's exactly when the same old challenges return, intact, unresolved, as if they never left. Right now, maybe some familiar questions are echoing inside you. What did I do wrong? How many more times before I can finally let go? And deeper still, if not now, then when? The universe doesn't demand an immediate answer, but it is quietly whispering, "This time listen to your heart, not your logic." Because this is no longer just another passing moment. Saturn is pressing down on long-buried memories, the ones you thought you'd hidden well. And Pluto is touching your deepest emotional bonds, as if you're now standing at the final door. Either you open it and step into a new version of life. Worry, you continue replaying the old one, weary, silent, no longer yourself. If you feel tired, quick to anger, or numb to the things you used to love, it's not because you're weak. It's because you've outgrown your current reality. You've changed, but your environment hasn't, and it no longer fits you. The message from the universe is crystal clear. Not everyone who walked with you yesterday is meant to walk with you tomorrow. If you're torn between staying out of habit and leaving out of courage, remember, every new journey begins with just one step. And you don't have to see the whole path. You only need to stop pretending you're fine. There's a small voice inside you, and this time it cannot be ignored. Neptune is awakening your intuition, not in some vague or mystical way, but in a way that feels calm, grounded, and unmistakably real. You know who's genuine and who's just playing a role. You know what you've been waiting for, and deep down you also know it's never going to come. You don't need validation. You need just one thing: to stand by yourself for the first time and completely. And the part of you that once felt alive is coming back. Mars has just entered your creative realm, where you once dared to dream big, to burn bright, to be different. There was a time life pulled you back, made you compromise, made you shrink. But not forever. Now you no longer want to live halfway. No more pretending, no more forced strength. You're coming back, not just whole, but more radiant than ever. Right now, the energy of Uranus, the planet of liberation and transformation, is stirring the deepest corners of your emotions. A sudden inner shift is taking place, as if the universe is whispering in your ear. It's time to let go. Everything that once drained you, made you doubt, or forced you to endure in silence has now become the past. You don't need to hold on to anything that no longer serves your growth. You owe no explanation to the past. Then the moon enters the 12th house, the realm of restoration, quietude, and retreat from the world. You might be in deep need of solitude, not to escape, but to heal. Perhaps a close relationship has temporarily disconnected to allow both of you time to regain balance. When the moon forms a trine with Venus, the planet of love and emotion, a new energy is awakened. There is forgiveness, there is tenderness, and there is the possibility of healing even the cracks that once felt permanent. An old connection, once believed to be lost, is finding its way back. Remember, Sagittarius, the best things in life never truly leave. They're just waiting for you to return. Created depression. The past may carry many layers of emotion, but the present is opening a new chapter, one where you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Everything is arriving at the right time in the right way, And then Mercury retrograde, the symbol of returns, unexpectedly aligns with a past karmic node. A person or a memory returns as if time had never passed. But this time, you are no longer who you used to be. Pluto, the planet of deep entanglements, is casting a powerful light on your 7th house, the zone of intimate relationships. An old lesson is repeating itself. Maybe you or someone else are still caught in a cycle of attachment, still unable to fully let go. Next, the Sun and Saturn meet in the 6th house, the house of duty, work, and long-term structure. And the message becomes unmistakably clear. If you want to move forward, you must rebuild from the ground up. Any relationship or project requires effort from both sides. There is no more space for carrying it all alone. When the Moon and Venus both form sextiles with Uranus and Saturn, it's a powerful sign of rebalancing. What once fell apart or fell out of sync is now finding its way back to where it truly belongs. Giving and receiving must become equal and healthier. And finally, Neptune merges with Jupiter like a final message from the universe. If something no longer brings you peace, you are allowed to walk away, not because you're weak, but because you deserve a life that is quiet and whole. This is the moment you are truly shedding an old skin, no longer letting old grief define who you are. And then, the light of the North Star, symbol of hope and rebirth, begins to shine on your path. It may be slow, but every step you take now is bringing you closer to a life you truly deserve. A life your heart, after everything, has always longed for. And this time, you are ready to receive it. When the light from the constellation of Aquarius rises and Pluto forms a powerful alignment with the North Node, you are standing at a fateful crossroads. This is no longer a time for hesitation. It's the moment to release the past and choose what truly resonates with the deepest essence of who you are. Pluto echoes like a bell ringing through the night. You are being called back to your soul's mission, not to what others expect of you, but to what makes you feel authentic, alive, and true. Right after that, Uranus appears in your very own zodiac sign, igniting the flame of freedom and your wide-open heart. You no longer need to carry old burdens. This is your chance to begin again, lighter, brighter, and more aligned with who you truly are. Two powerful archetypes, Pluto and Uranus, when combined, create an irreversible wave of transformation, courage, and renewal. And you are in the center of that wave. Now, turn your gaze to another alignment. Venus and Libra in the 2nd house. The domain of value and fair exchange. There is a relationship that needs to be reevaluated. Are you giving too much or receiving less than you deserve? The message is clear. It's time to reset the balance. Respect must flow both ways, and you are worthy of that. With both Uranus and Pluto supporting you, you're being empowered to make decisions that serve your highest good. Next comes a crucial aspect. Neptune in the 8th house. Something within you is being cleansed and released. At the same time, Saturn forms a square to the South Node, pointing to a deep emotional ending. It could be a loss, a betrayal, or a goodbye that was never spoken. But in that moment lies your true liberation. You don't need to carry it any longer. The past is closed. In the shadows of the 12th house, the retrograde sun had once left you foggy, unanchored, and lost in your own mist. But now the light is returning. The truth is beginning to surface. You are stepping out of that darkness, one step at a time, steady and strong. And then Mercury emerges, opposing the 4th house, stirring feelings of abandonment, of lacking a foundation. But this is no longer an accusation. It's a reminder you've survived, and you are no longer as alone as you once were. Healing is waiting for you just ahead. Finally, the two strongest planets right now, Pluto at the North Node and Uranus in the first house, speak to you in unison. It's time to choose, not the choice that pleases everyone, but the one that allows you to live as your truest self. A new chapter is unfolding, but you cannot enter it if you're still holding on to the old. And that, Sagittarius, is the path meant just for you. It's the universe whispering, it's time to close the old chapter. But this time, it doesn't mean loss. It's a necessary shift so you can make space for something new, something fuller, truer, and more meaningful. The emergence of Aquarius now feels like a quiet beam of hope entering the silence. You're beginning to believe healing is real, and yet Saturn remains fixed in the second house, softly reminding you that a part of you is still trying to stay in control. Still a little guarded, still a bit hesitant. Maybe it comes from old wounds, the fear of getting hurt again. But the message right now is crystal clear. Let go of the fear. Only then can you truly move forward. The trine between Mars and Saturn reveals this. You've grown through everything you've endured. You're steadier now. You know where you're going, even if your steps are slow. And you understand, as long as you don't let the past pull you back, every step forward is a quiet victory. Retrograde Mars in the fifth house opens up an inner battlefield between what's familiar and a longing for change. Meanwhile, the square between Mercury and Neptune stirs your thoughts into confusion. You know you need to move forward, but you're pulled back by hazy doubts. Everything happening now is part of a deep inner transformation. In this moment, don't let logic take over everything. Listen to the feeling inside you, the one that's quiet but clear. Take small steps, but let them lead you toward new light. The sextile between the Sun and Saturn confirms this. You're heading in the right direction. You've already planted the seeds. Now is the time to patiently wait for them to sprout. Right now, the overall energy places you before a major threshold, Sagittarius. It doesn't promise ease, but it carries within it immense potential, ready to bloom. Let go of what no longer fits, and trust this. The universe is opening a path, one that matches the rhythm of your heart. With patience and faith, you will find the fulfillment you've been waiting for all along. The atmosphere around you right now, Sagittarius, carries a still yet profound kind of energy. A state of reflection, waiting, and quiet consideration. The sextile between Saturn and Venus in the sixth house suggests that something is being delayed. Not because you're not ready, but because someone in this connection is still hesitating. They, or you, are torn between holding on and letting go. Some invisible wall is keeping your steps from moving forward. Maybe it's the fear of making the wrong choice, or maybe it's old beliefs still lingering in the background. Then comes the trine between the Moon and Venus, opening a door of return. A past connection might be healed. The feelings are still there. The desire to be close is still alive and undeniable. But old pain has left its marks, making you pause between hope and risk. You see the light, but your heart is still half believing, half afraid. And then, as Jupiter aligns with Libra in the ninth house, while the sun shines through Aries, a new wave of energy begins to rise. Jupiter, the symbol of maturity and compassion, speaks of a longing for connection built on something truly solid. The Aries sun fuels it with clarity, joy, and the will to move forward. As these two planets harmonize, you not only see the possibility, you can feel it in your core. You're ready for a new journey, a journey of emotional stability, deeper than ever before and more lasting than anything you've known. Now is the time to look deeper, Sagittarius. What is it that truly awaits you ahead? From the angle of Uranus in the first house, a message flashes like lightning in a clear sky. You need to reclaim sovereignty over your life. If there's something pulling you back, a tie, an old habit, or an unnamed fear, then this is the moment to let go. Your power doesn't lie in the past, but in your ability to choose freedom right now. This energy urges you to break out of outdated loops. What once felt like shelter has now become a chain. Maybe it's a relationship that slowly made you lose yourself. Maybe it's someone's expectations you've carried for too long. Whatever it is, you no longer need to live someone else's life. Then Venus joins Cancer, bringing in a gentle breeze, tender yet profound. The connection is starting to deepen, or an old relationship is being given a chance to reshape itself. No more fleeting emotions. Now you're drawn to stability, safety, and mutual understanding. The moon trines Mercury, while the sun shines through your 7th house, the house of serious relationships, opening space for sincere conversations. No longer speaking just to fill silence, but to define the path ahead clearly and honestly. If you're brave enough to open your heart, you might begin to see the potential for a love that is truly deep and mature. Now listen to the whisper from Saturn's conjunction with Taurus, a symbol of perseverance and long-term commitment. Emotions, if not consistently nurtured, will eventually fade. The alignment of Saturn and the moon in the 4th house emphasizes your longing for stability. No more loving just to fill the void. Now it's about loving to build a home, a relationship that doesn't just bring emotion, but becomes a place where two people build a life, walking through the years together. And as the moon meets retrograde Neptune and Venus enters Leo, a message of longing and desire is awakened. Someone, maybe you, maybe the other person, is feeling the emptiness that comes with not being together. Not a vague nostalgia, but a yearning that can't be hidden. The energy of this cycle feels like a wave returning, perhaps because Venus is moving in reverse, reviving old connections. Or maybe this is the moment when you truly look back and realize what really matters in love. Whether you're at the threshold of starting again or choosing to move on alone, the universe doesn't ask for perfection. It only asks you to be honest with your heart. Right now, the light from the moon shining on the 9th house reveals the final beam of this cycle, Sagittarius. And it's also the lantern that leads the way before you. Step into an entirely new journey. Many signals are appearing at once, each one like a mirror reflecting a different slice of emotion, a different choice you're weighing. But don't be afraid of the chaos. The universe isn't trying to confuse you. It's inviting you to look deeper into yourself. The sextile between the moon and Chiron, the symbol of wounds and healing, shows the person you're connecting with may still be hurting. They need time. They need patience. And maybe you are the one chosen to walk beside them, not to rescue, but to remind them. They are not alone. Next is the square between Saturn and Venus, a clear signal that the timing isn't ripe yet. You may have tried so hard, but sometimes effort doesn't make things happen faster. Some things need ripening from within, or they need time for the universe to rearrange what you cannot yet see. Be patient. Sometimes silence is also a form of love. The position of Mars, right at the crossroad between the 6th and 7th houses, shows you're standing at an intersection. A major decision awaits you: to hold on or to let go, to keep going or to change course. Is it time to make a clear commitment? Or is it time to choose yourself by walking a new path that aligns more with your heart? The answer isn't outside. It has always been within you. Saturn trines the Sun, bringing a rare harmony between effort and illumination. If you're in a relationship that's been through challenges, this is the moment to rebuild, starting from the smallest things. From how you listen to how you spend time together. True stability never comes from one side. It's the result of two hearts growing up together. Retrograde Mercury in the third house is inviting you to speak what you truly feel. There's no more time to suppress it. Even if it's a difficult conversation, it needs to happen to deepen understanding and to heal. Retrograde Venus is drawing closer to Sagittarius, the place of deep yearning. If you find yourself missing someone, if there's an empty space in your heart when they're not around, then that feeling is real, and this connection is worth holding on to. The Sun is about to return to your natal position. The full circle is about to close, and this birthday may be the most pivotal turning point for you in years. The universe is preparing something piece by piece. All you need to do is keep walking with trust and an open heart. And if you gather everything you've just been through, only one thing becomes clear. Your future is drawing near. No more vagueness, no more hesitation, but a path steadily lighting up step by step. This journey has taught you patience, because all good things take time. Emotional maturity, as you learn to accept what cannot be changed. Inner clarity, to know what you can never give up on. If you're ready to act from that truth, if you're brave enough to release what no longer feels like you, then miracles are no longer far away. The universe is waiting for you in a new chapter, a chapter that is gentle, complete, and well-deserved. For some Sagittarians, this is a relationship you've held on to for a long time. You've been loyal, you've been patient, even when your heart had to endure so much pain. You once believed that as long as you didn't let go, everything would eventually work out. But after everything, what stands out now isn't a promise, it's the need to truly heal. You've been caught in an emotional whirlwind for far too long, trying to hold on, trying to understand, trying to wait, to the point where you've forgotten something important. You were allowed to walk away. The universe is gently nudging you forward, not to hurt you, but to set you free.